Dear students of Standard 6, let us begin your class. English prose and poetry, English fairy, a course in language and literature. We had begun the chapter 1, the selfish giant, and we have almost completed a few paragraphs, and we get into I would like to remind you that the winter was already there in the garden of giant only, and in all other places all over outside the garden of the giant, the spring came, flowers came, fruits came, all these things, changes were taking place, but there was no change in the garden of the giant. So one day the beautiful bird linnet comes out and starts singing the beautiful chirpings, and this beautiful singing made the giant to wake up from his bed, and that helped him to look outside. So now let me read what did he see outside. What did he see? He saw a most wonderful sight. Through a little hole in the wall the children had crept in, and they were sitting in the branches of the trees. In every tree that he could see there was a little child, and the trees were so glad to have the children back again that they had covered themselves with blossoms and were waving their arms gently above the children's head. The birds were flying about and twittering with delight, and the flowers were looking up through the garden green grass and laughing. It was a lovely scene. Only in one corner it was still winter. It was the farthest corner of the garden, and in it was standing a little boy. He was so small that he could not reach up to the branches of the tree, and he was wandering all around it, crying bitterly. The poor tree was still quite covered with frost and snow, and the north wind was blowing and roaring above it. "Climb up, little boy," said the tree, and it bent its branches down as low as it could. But the boy was too tiny. The giant's heart melted as he looked out. "How selfish I have been," he said. "Now I know why the spring would not come here. I will put that poor little boy on the top of the tree, and then I will knock down the wall, and my garden shall be the children's playground forever and ever." He was really very sorry for what he had done. So, dear students, we have seen the giant had forbidden the children to come and play in his garden. He had built a wall around it, and he had written that nobody is allowed to enter into the garden. But after the singing of the little bird linnet, he could see outside, and he saw something very wonderful. What did he see? There was a little hole in the wall. So through that hole the children got into the garden. And when they got into the garden, they climbed on each tree, and we see immediately the scene changed, the entire scenery changed. The tree started flowering, it started blossoming, and it started to wave its branches. And also there were small flowers which were just under the which were covered in the grass. They also came up and they started to show their heads. And completely the scenery changed. The birds started chirping, twittering. They started making noise. But he could see, being the garden such a large and huge, in one particular corner there was a tree, and in that under that tree there was a little boy who was trying to climb the tree, because only that particular tree had winter and it was covered with frost and snow, and over it the north wind was blowing and roaring. Seeing this little boy trying to climb up, even the tree tried to support the boy by lowering its branches. But however, the boy was tiny, very small, so he could not climb. Seeing this scene, the giant thought to help the boy, and he went towards the tree and made the boy to climb the tree. There he realized that he had made a big mistake by not allowing the children. Because of the absence of children and birds, there was no climatic change in his garden. Now he felt so sorry for the mistake that he had committed, and he thought of breaking the wall which he had made and allow the children to play in his garden. And he would say that let the garden belong to the children and let them play as long as they like. And he felt sorry for the mistakes that he had made. So dear students, some of the words are there which are little difficult, like twittering means making chirping sound of the birds. Delight means happy, and bitterly means really feeling so sorry, and crying so remorsely, that is called feeling sad, and not because he was not able to climb, that is why he was crying so bitterly. Wandering means to move about, and tiny means very small. These are the words that I have given you, and please go through the paragraph which I have taught you and try to read. I have explained to you. Listen the dialogue and try to write in your homework copy. So listen slowly and write the explanation which I have given you. Perhaps this book, the letters are not very clear here, but when you read with your copy, and then only you will be able to understand whatever the things I have explained to you, and it will be clear to you. So for today it is enough, and we'll continue and we'll complete the chapter in the next class. Till then, have a nice time and have a good time. Thank you very much.